All Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Westmore, thanks for joining us tonight. It's going to be a big night. We're going to talk some high school football. We'll meet the More Sports Player of the Week in just a bit. And we're going to talk some Razorback basketball. Big win over UCA last night, big second half. We got a former Razorback joining us. And we also, sorry about that. We also got some other things we got to get to. Have a little change of plans tonight. Coaching search. We got to get to it because it's been a wild 24 hours. Last night was crazy. This morning's been crazy all day long with all the different rumors, social media posts. It's been absolutely crazy. So we're going to address all that. We'll get back to the interview with Dusty Hannas in just a few minutes. Yeah, we talked to Dusty Hannas earlier today in Israel, talked a little hoops with him, talked about the Razorback basketball team, and we'll have the More Sports Player of the Week coming up in a bit. We'll head down to Bryant to honor this week's Player of the Week. But I know what you all want to hear about. You all want to talk about the coaching search, and I do too, because I've spent a lot of time on the phone calls, text messages, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to make sense of what we're hearing. And there are some things that just don't make sense, to be honest with you. If you got some questions, comments, feel free to hit me up. I'll read some of those. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes on it. Nobody wants to sit here for 30 minutes talking about the coaching search. I'm going to get right to it and just spill it out to you. All right. So multiple people have told me they have their guy. I do not believe it is signed, sealed, and delivered. I think they have their target. There are discussions, and I still think there is dialogue going back and forth between their top target. I do not think it's a done deal. If it was a done deal, then why are they interviewing candidates? And I've been told, great source, they got 2 more interviews they're going to do in the next couple of days. They're not going to waste their time if they have their guy and it's a done deal. They're not going to waste their time interviewing these candidates, and they're not going to waste the candidate's time. There's not an agent out there that would allow their candidate to go to Arkansas or wherever, meet up and interview and waste their time if they know, and these agents know, they talk. All they have to do is call one of the 2 probably power brokers in this, Sexton being one of them, and say, hey, is it a done deal at Arkansas? I got a client interviewing. I don't want to waste his time. So for these interviews to be going on, that tells me it's not a done deal. They have to have a backup plan in case this doesn't happen. They feel good about it. I'm convinced of that. They feel good about this person. And it brings me to another point. If this person, as some people are speculating, is James Franklin, and it's a done deal, and they're going to announce after Thanksgiving, after the season's over, that's when the announcement comes. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it shouldn't make any sense to you, because if it is James Franklin or throw in John Gruden, they're not working right now. They want to get in place right now, tomorrow, and start recruiting. The signing day has been moved up. It's in early December. If you wait until after Thanksgiving, you come on board, you got a couple of days to try to salvage a signing class. If you can get the deal done right now and it's done, you announce it now so they can get to work. And look, some of these coaches, take Franklin, for example, he's got players at Penn State that are going to want to follow him here. Now, once their season is over, he can be working on that. So that just doesn't fly well with me. It just doesn't make any sense to me that if it is indeed James Franklin and the deal is done, but they're going to wait until after Thanksgiving. No, you bring him in right now so that he can get to work, because there's a lot of things he's got to do to assemble his staff, and the recruiting is just part of it. And so if it is a guy that's not coaching right now, you bring him in, you announce it now. And so it's like, well, out of respect to Bobby Petrino or for this team, not to distract this team. No. This season is over. And if you're moving on, Bobby Petrino's a professional. He can handle that they've gone off and hired another coach, and he can finish out the season. He'll be just fine. He signed up for this job as the interim head coach. So for me, that that just doesn't make a lot of sense that it's a done deal and it is James Franklin or a guy out of coaching. What could make sense if it is a done deal or close to a done deal. I need to correct myself because I do not believe it's a done deal. That's why they're still interviewing some coaches for the job. If they feel very good about it and it's close, and that's why they're saying they'll name the coach after Thanksgiving, to me it says that's a coach that's coaching right now. And you can't announce who it's going to be until their season is over. And so then you wonder, is there smoke being played on James Franklin or Gruden or whoever? Look over here, focus your attention over here while we got our guy over here, or we think we've got our guy. We're trying to finalize the details, but we don't want this out. We don't want to mess it up. Maybe it's a guy that some other schools would be in play for. They don't want to get that out so that they're now in a bidding war and using Sexton or some other agent going back and forth. So there's still a lot of options out there and theories out there, but a lot of them just don't make any sense to me. And that's why I've been spending the day just talking with people that know about the situation to try to get to the bottom of it. To wrap it up, I think they are. Well, I will tell you this. I know they have done a great job of interviewing a lot of people. I think it could be well over 20. It could be at one point I was thinking 15 to 20. Now I'm thinking it could be 20 to 30 people that they have spoken with, whether it's the board of trustees, it's the search firm. They have done a great job of talking with people. So to me, you're not going to be able to fault them for not doing their job. They've gone out and they're still doing it, interviewing coaches in the coming weeks. So to circle back, if it is a guy that is out there that is still coaching, you can't let that out right now. And they've done a great job of not releasing any names, not spilling any names. Basically, the best information we've gotten so far is they feel good that they have their guy. Comments? Let me see here. Keith. What's up, Keith? Great to hear from you. He says, my campaign for Kenny Dillingham must go on. Look, I've said it on the buzz, and I think I've said it on here. I like Kenny Dillingham. I'd put him up there at the top of my wish list. Arizona State, what he's been able to do there without a lot of support, without a lot of NIL funds, the way he recruits Texas, his offense, I think it'd be a great fit for Arkansas. If the board of trustees, the big supporters are on board and are willing to give him a war chest, something to work with, and NIL funds to go out and get the players he wants, awesome candidate. And yeah, you could throw a name like that out there as being maybe that's somebody they're talking with, haven't finalized it, trying to work out the details, but don't look over here at him. Keep looking out here at some of these other big names that people are talking about. It's a confusing time. I thought I had it figured out this morning. I really did. And then the more I started talking with people, the more I was like, no, that's not it. It's not a done deal. It is. They do not have anyone signed, sealed, and delivered right now. The search is still going. Are they close? Yeah, I think so. I think they have narrowed it down. But with some of the agents out there, and look, all you have to do is go back to the last search, and it appeared they had Kiffin, and then Ole Miss raises the money, then they come back, and then they were burnt by that. And so they know until that paperwork is signed, it's not a done deal. So they got to keep looking and searching for a head coach, a plan B, a plan C, maybe down to their fifth or sixth choice. Who knows? Let's look at another one real quick. Thanks for y'all's comments. Todd says, do you think Bobby Petrino is still in it or not? No, I think he's still in it, but I think he was maybe around here at one point, and then after all the losses, he's just dropping down and down and down. I think if worst case scenario, Bobby Petrino is your head coach next year, it's a pretty good worst case scenario. He is kind of like that in case of emergency break glass. I'll take it. If that's the worst that they can do, if they get turned down by multiple guys and it just starts spiraling out of control, if you've got a Bobby Petrino to go to, I'm fine with that. I think that is a great worst case scenario. Do you think he's still in it or not? I don't think so. I don't think he's at the top. I do not. I think he is. A lot of things would have to happen for Coach Petrino. Let's go to another one real quick. I told you we're not going to do this for 30 minutes, and we've already gone for 11 minutes. Who are the top 3 realistic candidates you would hire? Matt, top of my list, I'm a James Franklin guy. I loved what he did at Vanderbilt, loved what he did at Penn State. I don't care that he couldn't win the big game. I just want him to get in some big games at Arkansas. If he could come to Arkansas and win 10 games, why not? I mean, I'll sign up for that. I said today on the buzz, I was with a bunch of guys last night, and the college football playoff rankings came out on ESPN on the TV. Not a single person started watching it. That sucks. I'm tired of the Tuesday nights in the fall where you don't even pay attention. There's not a chance Arkansas is in it. I want to be watching on Tuesday nights, excited to see where Arkansas is and what they need to do the rest of the season to get into the college football playoffs. And if a James Franklin can come in here and he can get you 10 wins and 10-2 is going to get you in, yeah, sign me up. I'll take that. And he gets beat in the semifinals a couple of years, then yeah, people's expectations will rise and you'll get mad and want to run him off and get somebody that can take you to the Final Four or win the whole dang thing. But let's be honest, when you haven't been in the conversation, when you haven't been relevant in college football in how long, if James Franklin, and I believe he can, makes you relevant, sign me up. I like Dan Mullen. I like what he did at Mississippi State. I thought he got off to a good start at Florida. We all know about the recruiting issues he had there. I think Florida would probably even admit now they ran him off a little too soon because they're still looking for a coach to fill his shoes. But Dan Mullen has taken some time off, gone to UNLV, proven that he is ready to coach again. I'd give him a shot. I just said, Kenny Dillingham. I think he would be a good hire. Those would be in my top tier of experienced head coaches that have been in the SEC. Then I would come down, and then you have the, Silverfields. I like Golish. His story is awesome. He is a heck of a recruiter, a great offensive mind. That would be a great fallback plan. Summerall, Tulane, Morris, North Texas. Those are guys. Jeff Traylor, UTSA. I know his shine is down a little bit after struggling this season, but what he's done at UTSA, and he knows the Razorbacks. He knows the state. So that would be my second tier guys. Yes, I give you my opinion. Let me see here. One more. Key's still hanging around. Is there any chance that a new hire is made and retains Petrino? Would he even be open to that if he didn't get the head coaching job? I mean, I think the odds of that are slim. I mean, especially if it's an offensive-minded head coach that you hire, and he runs his own offense, not the Bobby Petrino offense, not from the Bobby Petrino tree, then you got two guys butting heads with their offensive philosophies. Now, if it was a defensive-minded coach, like Golish is offensive guy, I don't see him keeping – he's in the Heupel, tree. He came up learning that offense. So I wouldn't see that. But if it was a defensive-minded head coach who wanted to turn the offense over to somebody and had a relationship with Bobby Petrino and respected Bobby Petrino and vice versa, but that's a lot of things that would have to happen for Bobby Petrino to be retained as a offensive coordinator. Clear. I think that dude, he can coach offense with anybody out there. All you have to do is watch this offense and what he's been able to do. But chances are, with a lot of the names that we've been seeing as the head coach, he's going to want to bring his own staff in, his own OC, his own DC. And unless there's some kind of relationship there in the past with Bobby Petrino, I don't see it happening. All right, I think that's all the messages for right now. Let me scroll down, make sure. Sorry, hit the wrong button. All right, I think we did. All right, so that's it. Sum it up. I do think they've targeted a guy. I don't think it's signed, sealed, and delivered. That's why they're still, just in case, interviewing coaches. Franklin, if it's signed, sealed, and delivered, which I don't think it is, you've already have announced it. You get him in, you put him to work, and take advantage of these 3 weeks. So that's why I don't think James Franklin is a done deal and it's happening. Don't wait until him thinks. If that's the case and I'm dead wrong, that's a mistake. It truly is. If he is your guy and you've got him all signed and sealed, but you're going to wait until after Thanksgiving to bring him in and take away 3 weeks, 3 valuable weeks, that's a mistake that they're making right now. That would be something I'll point out when it's done, but I do not think it's done. All right, big show. That's just the start. Pretty cool interview. I talked with Dusty Hannas earlier today. He's in Israel playing hoops, still playing ball over there. Pretty cool story with him. And then we're going to go down to Bryant and meet this week's Player of the Week. Bryant with a huge win over Conway to win the 7A Central and the #1 overall seed. Let's get to the interview with Dusty Hannas first. We got a former Razorback joining us tonight on More Sports. It is Dusty Hannas, and Dusty, we've had guests from out of state. We've done Vegas, Texas, of course. We've had some guests. I'm trying to think. This has got to be the first interview on More Sports from out of the country. So I appreciate you coming on and making history tonight. Coming live from Israel. How about that?
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You bet. How is Israel?
Oh, it's been great. Been here probably as total months. Obviously when the war started, I'd come home. There have been some different changes to my seasons the past few years, but I've probably been here a year and a half total. And there's been a couple hours of a year and a half where it was a little worrisome, but the rest, it's paradise. I really love it here. Great place to live, great people. So I've really enjoyed it. It's been a fun place to play professionally for me.
What town are you in, or what city?
I'm in Eilat, Israel. So it's like the southernmost point of Israel. It's like their Cancun, basically, like a vacation spot. So I live pretty good over here, and the year prior.
Yep. Bring him back in.
You lose me?
Yeah, no, you're good now.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem of being your first overseas one. But yeah, no, it's beautiful, and I live in paradise. I can't complain. So,
how is the basketball over there?
It's good. It's a good league, and the pretty physical and fast league. Probably like a little faster than the average domestic league in Europe, but it's good. It's been good.
How are you playing?
I've been playing well. I've been playing well. This is be my 9th year pro, and just staying healthy and trying to make shots.
How much longer do you think you'll play?
Man, I was kind of leaning towards being done this year, and they gave me an offer that it was a good amount, and I said, you know what, my parents, everybody was like, yeah, you got to take that, and took it. And my plan is for this to be the last season, but if it stays at this or goes up, I definitely am gonna have to really sit at home and think. Probably go have a beer at the Beaver Lake, and really sit and see if I can do it again.
Yeah, I've had buddies that played overseas, and they've absolutely loved it also. Is it a case where they basically take care of you while you're there, and the money you make, that's just you pocket it because there aren't many other expenses?
Yeah. I mean, I have a house mortgage in Fayetteville, so we got a fixed cost there. But yeah, as far as living here and car, everything is taken care of. And my team, actually, this is, like I was saying, is the resort city, like beach city, and we have a deal where we get breakfast and dinner at one of the 5-star resorts here. So I mean, you can really just take home all of it if you want, but I get a little tired of the dinner's the same rotation, so sometimes I got to go eat out sometimes.
You got to change it up a little bit. Heck, if you're in the Cancun of Israel, might as well go out and enjoy life a little bit. What
exactly?
Are there other American players on other teams around there that you know?
Yeah, Yeah, quite a few, honestly. My city is really far from Tel Aviv, but whenever I was in Tel Aviv, and if you're near the center of Israel, I mean, there's tons of Americans, not only just the players that you'll know, like that I know and people would know. It's a lot of just American expats in
Hmm.
general, just working and living. So it's a fun place to
What do you
live.
miss most about the States and being over there?
Um, Really for me, just family and friends. It's just, I've got a home in Northwest Arkansas now, and I love being up there. Obviously, my parents and my sister, my niece and nephew in Little Rock. Just missing all them is the hardest part for me.
What's the fan? What are the fans like over there in the games? The crowds.
I'm on a little lower level of a team this year than I was previously the year prior, but like the year prior was some of the best fans in Europe, like just absolutely incredible. Like maybe a little too good of fans, like if we lose to the other team, like someone's getting beat up after the game. But this our team now it's solid, but nowhere near like the year before. Hapoel, the team I was with prior is now first place in the Euro League. They've got a great fan base.
Did you get beat up? I gotta ask. Did you ever
What,
get beat up?
me? I was saying if it like our fans are beating up the other
Oh,
team's
okay.
fans if they beat
Maybe
us. Oh,
no.
yeah, like
You hear those soccer
yeah.
stories of guys, that get lost and some of them get, beheaded. I was like, are they take it that serious? They're beating up some
Yeah.
players?
No, no.
Oh,
No, the other team's fans get to jaw it a little too much after a win. They're gonna get
gotcha.
fought.
Okay. I was like, man, that's hardcore. That's taking it to a whole nother level. Well, that's an
Yeah, I'd
incentive.
have probably went home if that
Well,
was the
don't
case.
lose.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Right.
Hey, do you get to watch the Razorbacks any? You follow them?
Yeah. I've been able to watch. I mean, the day after I try to just like not check my phone. I'll wake up and the full game will be on YouTube. So I've been keeping up and watching them. I mean, they're ultra talented. I mean, maybe the most talented team we've ever had in a long time. I mean, I guess you could argue ever, just as far as potential NBA players on one roster. I there's about 6 to 8 guys that probably will play an NBA minute. So just a really good team. I think as the season goes, they'll get better and better. Obviously, I don't know the stats, but it's got to be maybe the hardest non-conference schedule in the country. If they come out of that with one or two losses, I mean we're looking at maybe one of the best teams in the country, if not the
Do
best.
you get to work out with the guys? Did you work out with them last summer before you left?
Last summer was a quick one for me. I mean, I really had like a 7 week summer before I came back here, so I was traveling a bunch and in and out of Northwest Arkansas pretty frequently. But I did get into the gym and see some of them work, and I think I went to a practice or two, and yeah, they're just ultra talented. Those freshmen guard, that's a great freshman backcourt, and a lot of depth and a lot of length, like a lot of guys that can play different positions and guard, run the floor. I mean, there's really no weakness. I guess some of our best teams have had that outside shooting sometimes be maybe a weakness, like Musk's
Hmm.
teams, and I don't see that with this team. That I think we can actually hurt you from the outside. So yeah, I'm really excited to watch how the season
Yeah, last
unfolds.
night they took against UCA. Now UCA packed the paint and was basically daring them to shoot the three and did not want them driving in.
Hmm.
You could tell the game plan. They didn't want to give up a bunch of dunks. And I think they took like
Yeah,
34 threes last night. And that's the most they've taken in a while. And it was a decent, they shot, I think it
yeah,
was 38% from the field. So you'll take that. And
it's good.
yeah, they had a big second half and ran away with it. What's it like? Because I was saying last night, after you play a big game like at Michigan State, that crowd was packed. The fan base, the students were going crazy. It was a great atmosphere Saturday night. And then you come home to Bud Walton Arena.
Hmm.
It's UCA, and half the season ticket holders weren't there, and it just wasn't a great environment. How tough is that on a player? What's that like trying to to get your own energy when you're just coming out of an atmosphere that was like second to none at Michigan State.
Yeah. It can be a problem. Like you said, it's just like kind of the opposite ends of the spectrum when you go to a raucous crowd like that, and then you have a game against a lower tier opponent where the fans really aren't there, and it's you got to really have some major focus. But I think as by the score of the game, obviously the guys got up for it, and that's part of being a pro. Some of those young guys are going to learn, like whenever they're in the pros. I mean, you're playing 82 games in the NBA. You've got to find a way to have a daily routine, daily things that you check off that get you ready for a game, no matter where you are, how you're feeling, the crowd, everything. So I think that's a good game for them to kind of get used to. I guess what they probably got about 3 mid-major opponents coming in, Samford, and then some other games. So got it out of the way, and now they know what to expect, and hopefully we can run through these teams before the Duke game.
When's your season run? When do you get done?
It depends. If we win the regular season and the regular season championship, I'd be done in April. If not, to win the other championship, it would be like June. So for me, there's no letdown regular season. Every regular season game is very important for me because I want to get home in April and get back to my house and golfing. And I have a very part of my contract is my championship bonus is a big deal. So I'm taking every game very seriously. I'm trying to keep my head sometimes because now every mistake and every bad call and everything, I have something to lose now for the first time at this amount, and I'm just like, come on, let's go, guys, wake up.
Yeah,
we gotta win.
Well, Dusty, best of luck, man. It's been a lot of fun catching up with you, and hey, we only have one little dropout. That's amazing. You're halfway across the world, and we're able to do a show like this. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess we got some good Wi-Fi, both of us.
Hey, man, good luck. Go win the championship and get home soon.
Thank you, Wes. Appreciate you having
Dusty
me.
Hannah's joining us from Israel. Pretty cool to catch up with him. And pretty cool for Gwatney Buick GMC. They are a proud sponsor of the show and very happy to have them on board. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, car, truck, SUV, check out Gwatney Buick GMC. And look, Black Friday's right around the corner, but you do not have to wait for Black Friday. They've got great deals happening right now at Gwatney Buick GMC. In fact, they're encouraging you. Don't wait until Black Friday. You can get it done right now with some of the offers that they have. Let me tell you about some of the things they have. How about a new Sierra 1500? 20% off MSRP. 2026 Terrains, $279 a month. 2026 Buick Encore GX, $199 a month. And don't forget about the hottest crossover out there, the 2025 Invista Preferred at $179 a month. You can do that now. No chaos, zero drama, no fighting like on Black Friday. You can get these deals done right now at Gwatney Buick GMC. It's 5700 Landers Road, North Little Rock. You can go to the website, GwatneyBuickGMC.com. Hey, they're supporting me. They're supporting us, this show. Go support them. Let them know how much you appreciate what they're doing for more sports. Now, let's talk a little high school football because the playoffs are here. Let's meet our More Sports Player of the Week. It is Kollin Robinson, Bryant High School running back. His head coach, Quad Sanders, joins us. Guys, welcome into the show. Thank you for joining us. And Kollin, congratulations on being the More Sports Player of the Week. Happy of a game last week against Conway when you needed it the most. Big game, win the conference title, 3 touchdowns. What was that game like for you?
I knew it was going to be intense the way we was preparing, and I knew they was a good team, but I locked in from the jump, and I tried to score every time I touched it.
Coach, you've told us about your running backs all season and how they're kind of selfless and share the rock and share the carries. And one game it's this guy, one game it's another guy. What did you see out of Kollin Friday night?
What we see every day, physical, just a different mentality when you're running the ball. Is what you want in the guy. You would think his size, you would think he would just be all muscle, but he can make you miss as well. So, but it's what we see every day. Just a physical mentality.
What makes Kollin a good running back?
The mentality. He's not going to be denied. Not wanting to be denied. It's just a will. It's just a will, and then an expectation to score every time you touch the ball.
Kollin, what do you think your strengths are at running back?
Definitely my vision. Every time I touch it, I'm looking around, backside, strong side, and instincts. I trust my instinct. When I see the hole, I go.
How did it feel to score 3 touchdowns in arguably, the biggest game of the season so far?
A surreal feeling. Every time I scored, it was a close game. I just was excited to score every time.
Yeah, Coach, you needed every one of those touchdowns. How big were they?
Huge. I mean, anytime you can put points on the board is huge, but it's a better feeling when the drive ends in a touchdown. So they're always right on time.
All right, you get a bye week this week. Is that good for you guys, Coach? You need that rest?
Oh yeah, man. Bye week for us really is about getting better, and just trying to fine tune some individual skills, making sure we stay sharp and obviously get healthy. I mean, even though you're not injured, you still get a little banged up. Just to rest mentally and physically, I think it's good for the team.
Kollin, do you need this time off, the bye week?
Most definitely. I got bruised up a little bit last week.
I'm sure all season, as a running back, you take a bunch of hits. And so I'm sure it's nice to get a little time off. What's your plans for Friday night? Kollin, I'll start with you. What are you going to do since y'all aren't playing?
Probably go home, rest up, not do too much, stay locked in.
Will you watch some games on YouTube, some of the other games being played across the state?
Yeah, I'll tune in Fayetteville versus PA, see who win that one.
Coach, you going to scout? What's your plan Friday night?
Man, I got to go to Mississippi. I got to actually go to Mississippi Thursday night. So I'll be in Mississippi on the weekend, but I'll be watching some games. Of course, I'll be watching all over the state, whoever's playing. Just not just our classification, but other classifications as well. Just watching football. Get a chance to watch football instead of having to get out there and stress about it.
It's fun now. With YouTube, just about every team that if there's a game, you can find it on YouTube.
All over America.
No, it is. It's pretty cool. What is the emphasis this week? Is there something that you specifically want to get done with the team?
Yeah, man. We got to fix our pre-snap penalties. Those are drive killers more than any other thing that we've done this season, more than any opponent can do to us. We just got to get those pre-snap penalties fixed, and so we're trying to throw in a bunch of distractions. However we can to fix it. I can't guarantee a fix, but at least we can say we worked on it and just get better at it. There's no overnight solution because every game from here is going to be just as big as the last one, so the nerves are still going to be there. We just got to get used to it, and we'll see what happens.
What did you learn about the team with the Conway game?
Well, I learned that we could win. That's a challenge for me, for these guys. We played some games and we won, but what happens when you play a close one against a good team? Can you get it done? And I learned that they could get it done. Obviously, we weren't perfect, but neither were they. So we won a close game against a good opponent, and you wanted to see that execution at the end of the game. So we were able to get it done. So that's exciting.
Kollin, what'd you learn about your teammates?
That I can put trust in them when our back's against the line. Like, we all grouped together and was determined to win, and that's what we did.
What's it like for you in that running back room, sharing the football, sharing the load?
It takes a lot off me. Like, if I get tired, I know TJ or Zach gonna go do their job, handle their business. So it gives me a break and keeps me fresh, everybody fresh.
Kollin, I want to know about the family dynamic and the athletes that have come out of that Robinson family.
Well, he's the only one that can't shoot, so. No, he can actually shoot a little bit. He can shoot a little bit. I guess he can't dribble.
I can do it all.
Now you play ball too, basketball too?
I used to.
No more. You're a football guy now only.
Strictly football.
Now, how did that happen? Because, they've been so many basketball players out of your family, your older brothers.
Well, we all grew up playing football, playing for the Mustangs, so I just stuck with it. Like, that was my passion. And I knew I was good.
Was it your oldest brother that did the same? So was it the oldest and youngest went football and the middle three went basketball?
Yes, my oldest, he played football his senior year, but he chose basketball in college. But I'm the only one that chose football.
Do they give you a hard time?
Nah, not really. They support me.
So it's just Coach Sanders that gives you a hard time.
Yep.
Kollin, where are you going to play football in college?
I'm undecided right now.
But you have offers. I've noticed that on your social media feed.
Yeah, from UT Martin.
That's your goal? You want to go play college football?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Coach, what do you think his future is, Collin's future is with college football?
Man, I think the sky's the limit. I think he can play at any level, to be honest with you. When you look at it, I don't know if he's still done growing up, so he could potentially be a huge back. He's already a big back with speed. I don't think he's ran under 20 miles per hour. I know for sure not under 20. I don't know how many times he's hit 21, but I know he hasn't ran under 20 miles per hour in any football game this season. And to keep that up at, what do you weigh, 218, 216 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
Almost 220, to keep that up at 220 at this level, going through the contact that you go through in this game, I think that speaks volume for what he can do at the next level. Everybody wants a big physical guy, and he's already started that as a high schooler. I think any team in the country would like a running back at 220 that can run 20 miles per hour every game, after taking the bumps and bruises.
We hear around the NFL draft that teams get excited about these college running backs that aren't the only guy, that are sharing the load, that aren't getting pounded and worn out so that there's some tread left on the tire. Is that the same in high school to college? Do colleges like that? Or are they looking for that guy that's getting the ball all the time and putting up big numbers?
Well, I think you have to look at the dynamics of the team. Look at what we have is phenomenal, really. We got a guy who's already got Power 5 stuff and a guy who's just as good. It's you have to. I think the ones who really recruit understand. The ones who lazy recruit don't understand. And I ain't trying to take a shot at nobody, but if you're just gonna look at the stats every week, then you probably have a problem in itself. Yeah. I think you have to go recruit the kid in the school and see what they're about, because why would you take a guy who's getting the ball 45 times a game and then he's getting bruised up by the third quarter, as opposed to a guy who can get it 15 times a game and do the same numbers. I think that if you're going to be lazy, then you're not going to like it. But if you're going to do your job how you're supposed to do your job, how recruiting used to be, then I think you'll look around and say, all right, this dude can do more with less. That means we can pass it now. Or we can get another one and we can have a thunder and a lightning, that's just how I feel about that. Put the numbers up, and then oftentimes not to brag or anything, but just thinking about it, like a lot of the top teams don't even play past halftime a lot of times, at least play past the third quarter. You look at Conway and us, that's probably the first full game either one of us have played. I guess we played a team out of Georgia, and then we played Conway played Benville early, and so they played a whole game. But that's 2 out of 10 games where you get a chance to play past halftime or past the third quarter. And so these guys' numbers are based on 3 quarters and split carries. So that's talent, if you ask me. Yeah.
Is that good for you guys in the long run, or does it hurt you that you're not in enough 4-quarter games?
Well, you just got to get the work in practice. You got to treat each practice like a game, and the guys got to actually approach it the same way, so you're prepared for those moments. And then you got to work on those situations in practice as well that could possibly happen at the end of a game. It's all in how you prepare. If you prepare like you're not going to play a full game and you play one, you're going to be surprised. If you prepare like you're going to play a full game, when that situation occurs, then you're already ready for it. So I just think it's all in how they prepare for it.
Kollin, how you feeling? How are you prepared for this playoff run?
I'm excited. It's my first playoff run for real, and I'm ready to win it all.
Well, hey, congratulations on being the More Sports Player of the Week. Great game there against Conway. I appreciate your time. Best of luck in the playoffs. Coach, thank you for joining us too. Good luck this week. Or good. You'll have a great weekend, I know, but good luck in the future.
Yeah, we still need luck. On the bye week, anything can happen.
That's true. That is true. Thanks, guys. Take care. It's Quad Sanders and Kollin Robinson joining us, the More Sports Player of the Week. And got to give a shout out to the rest of the candidates for the More Sports Player of the Week. It was another just fantastic effort for our finalists. You had Hank Hendricks out of Fayetteville, the quarterback, throwing for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Chris Ficklin, the Bentonville running back, rushed for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Cole Creighton, tell you what, Cole Creighton had 302, I believe it was, total yards from scrimmage. He scored 6 touchdowns. The quarterback did it passing, rushing, and caught a touchdown. Pretty unique circumstance there with 6 total touchdowns and all 3 different. He just didn't do it on special teams or defense, but he did it every way you could on offense. But it was pretty cool to see what Kollin Robinson did, and he ran away with the fan vote. The Bryant Hornets got out there and dominated the voting. I appreciate everyone voting for the More Sports Player of the Week. That's going to do it for tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk a little coaching search. Chris Turnage, NFL agent. He's also a college coach agent. He's got his ears out there listening. We'll find out what people are saying about this Arkansas job and the Arkansas opening from him. And, of course, Thomas Thrash will join us, and we'll preview some of the playoff games for Friday night. Tomorrow night's going to be a great night. I hope you can join us. Big thanks to Gwatney Buick GMC for sponsoring our interviews. If you're in the market for a vehicle, go check them out, North Little Rock, Landers Road. It is the Gwatney Buick GMC interviews that we talk about, and they've got some great deals going on in November. Don't have to wait till Black Friday. You can go get them right now. Gwatney Buick GMC, that address, in the website, by the way, GwatneyBuickGMC.com. The address, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Check them out. All right, that's going to do it. We'll be back here tomorrow night for more sports.
All Arkansas, all sports.